When I look at Bill Beall, I want to ask him what happens if you don't reach your goals or achieve your dreams. Can you still have meaning in your life? Can you still be happy? Because right now I'm scared to try. I'm scared of failing.
When I look at Bill Beall, I want to ask him, can you still be fulfilled if you don't follow your dreams? Because right now I'm at a crossroads and I need to choose between the career that I have and the career that I've dreamed about.
I bought this shirt a year ago at a thrift store. I love Bill Beall. I think he's fabulous. I was wearing it one day when I was working out with my friend Christopher.
It was just kind of like this funny thing, Bill Beall, you know, like the Bill Beall t-shirt.
And we started talking about it, wondering, okay, what's his story? Where is he? What is he doing now? And it sort of just evolved. I bought this shirt here about a year ago or so. Do you even remember the shirt? I don't know how long you've...
No, I just started a month ago.
I'm sure you guys see millions of shirts. I developed a t-shirt obsession. I mean, I started to wear t-shirts in high school back in Houston. And I think when I moved to LA, there was a more abundance of t-shirts.
Well, I think in LA, people want to make their own statement, even if it's like still bad taste, you know?
I was like sifting through the racks. Everything's like color coded. I think I actually had a yellow shirt like this. It had a chicken on it. It was like some sort of company that sold frozen chickens. And a friend of mine really loved the shirt, so I gave it to him as a gift. And I think I was kind of like in the yellow section, sort of looking to replace my chicken shirt.
So what do you think of Bill?
Bill.
What kind of a guy do you think Bill is?
He looks like a fancy piano player. Bill or Beal? Beal?
Beal?
We're sticking with Beal, because that's how it's always been in our head.
For the last 6 months, it's been Beal in our head.
It looks a little soft.
The beauty of this shirt is how worn in it is. I love it. It's soft. I just think this one's funny because it says guaranteed to please.
How old do you think he is in this t-shirt? It's tough. Don't you think it's tough?
It's not like hot, young, rockin' Elvis, nor is it like I'm fat, obese at the end of my rope Elvis. It's in between Elvis.
Did you see the pinky ring?
Oh, this is genius.
And the ruffles.
Right.
And the ruffles.
Beautiful.
We're making a documentary about this guy who we have no idea where he is or what he's doing.
This guy is like he's kind of like our guru right now. We were inspired by Mr. Beall because obviously...
We're gonna get in a car and we're gonna drive cross country to go find Bill. My name is Leeron Reiter. I'm 25. I'll be 26 in a few months. I grew up in Houston, Texas. The status of my life right now is the, 20-something post-college, freaking out, lost, not knowing who I am, where I am, and what I'm supposed to be doing. I've been PAing for the last couple of years. A production assistant would probably be like the lowest person in the totem pole in a production. And I don't feel fulfilled in my life, and I know that I want something more. I want to know for the first time in my life what it's like to be passionate about something and to go through with it.
My name's Christopher Lane. I'm 28, be 29 next month. And I'm from Muncie, Indiana, but I was born in England. I was raised in Indiana. I was the fat kid in high school with big, thick glasses, and at 14, I don't know that I had any aspirations other than to just survive high school. I'm a personal trainer. It's what I do. Making celebrities' asses smaller. I'm not ultimately doing what I want to be doing in the sense I want to be creating and being an artist. I love my job, I like what I do, but I want something more.
In essence, we're going on this journey because it's become like this metaphor of what happens when you follow your dreams, and what does that mean and how hard is it? And if your dreams don't come true, then what keeps you going? And if that doesn't happen, then how do you find meaning in something else?
He represents a goal, I guess. He is my he's my finish line.
To me right now, he's like the hope. That's it. He's just like my hope of having it all make sense.
Basically, our whole trip is going in search of this guy, and we wanted to talk to people about what their journey is right now. So what are your passions in your life?
I
Are you an artist, or
Yes.
is that what you...
Aren't you glad I didn't say an actor?
It is LA.
Yeah, I do art. I paint, draw.
Cool. Like, how often do you do it? Is it just you sort of like?
Oh, it's just like breathing, you know. So, some people, you know, smoke cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes and
And paint.
yeah.
So you're a multitasker.
Yes. It's different relationships, I guess, to feeling vulnerable. I guess at the time, like judges, like you got your you know, the red, the snobby kind of society. What should be right? What should be wrong? The law, you know. The shady people has nothing to do with black people. Okay.
It's not a racist.
No, it's not.
Not a racist
It's
paint.
not. It could be if the price is right. Kidding.
I'm willing to sacrifice my art.
And just kind of like the network of friends in a way. Concerned. I don't know.
They're concerned about you being vulnerable?
I'd hope to think it has nothing to do with me, but I just...
Is all your work like very personal? Is that sort of how you get everything out and express yourself?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, I have nothing really to hide.
Well, let's find Bill. 1,180 hits for Bill Beall. There's an 80-year-old, there's a 49-year-old, there's a 52-year-old, there's a 50-year-old. If this shirt is really, in fact, 30 years old,
30, yeah.
then he's not 50. Now, does he look like he's 20 to you?
Let's make some phone calls.
Do it.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Is this guy in his like 50s to 60s?
Yes,
Um,
but his last name is Beal.
I don't understand why all these numbers are like not. The search for Bill continues. Hi, is Bill in?
I'm Bill. I'm afraid you have the wrong number.
Okay.
Hi, I'm looking for Bill Beall.
You have the wrong number.
There's no Bill here. Hello?
Hi, is Bill Bell in?
Who?
Bill Bell?
There's no Bill Beal.
Pistone's Italian Inn. If Seven Corners were in LA or New York, Pistone's Italian Inn would be all the rage. Hip kids would flock to the piano lounge to hear Bill Beall tickle the ivories. Along one wall hang 4 paintings that make up Pistone's holy musical quartet. Willie Nelson, Barbara Streisand, Frank Sinatra, and if you're thinking Elvis, you're wrong. Bill Beall. Its live music offerings mainly attract folks who've heard these songs when they were big radio hits. So basically, old people.
Pistone's tying in.
Hi there. Is there a manager I can speak with?
Who's this? Who's calling?
My name is Leeron Reiter. I am calling because we are doing a documentary. We found a shirt with a guy named Bill Beall on it. And when we looked him up on the internet, we read on your site that he performs at your restaurant. Is that correct?
He used to a long time ago.
Okay. And we're just trying to find some information to sort of piece it together to try to find him. And I was wondering if there's anyone there who maybe
Oh
like
God, it's been probably 2 years.
2 years or so?
Yeah.
Is there anyone there that might have a little bit more information regarding
No,
that?
that would be that would be it.
The number you have dialed.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
It's disconnected.
03. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Hi, is Bill Beall in?
Yes.
Is this him?
This is Mr. Bell. Yes.
Hi, Mr. Bell. I have a question for you. I am living in Los Angeles, and I recently purchased a T-shirt with a Bill Beall on it, who used to perform at a restaurant called Pistone's in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Would that happen to be you?
That's not me.
Not him. Cross it out.
Wow, you talked to him.
I talked to a Bill Beall. It wasn't the right one?
Oh, did we call you the other day?
I don't know what the next step is.
I don't either.
How can you be this hard to find?
Do we have money in our budget for a private investigator?
Basically, I would start out with a retainer of $500.
Okay.
If I've got information that is fair, I can find him in about 10 hours.
Okay, so let's
If
say you have.
information sucks, it can take me months.
Ooh, what did you just burp?
I'm breathing through my nose, too. It's the cabbage.
Woo! It's good. That's good. Bill are you?
Bill.
How are we going to find you?
So, what do we know about Bill? The only connection so far that we've had to him was Pistones.
Like, drive out to Virginia, go to Pistones, see if anyone there knows him, just start taking leads there and work our way from there.
Well, very honestly, I don't think jumping in a car, loading up with, you know, and just going there, I don't know, it seems too risky to me.
Okay. Did we ever play the autobiography game with you?
What's the, I
You
mean,
have
I
to,
think we've
like-
talked about it. Like,
Well,
what
you
would
name your
different chapters?
autobiography and then you start to name your chapters, yeah.
Mine would probably be entitled, You Did What?
I'm gonna ask you that again by the end of this trip and it's gonna be, no you didn't. Mine used to be, no you cannot buy your way into my vagina. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm over that. I feel different I feel a different title coming on. Something about this is making me feel very like, America. You know, like I'm driving through the country.
Really?
I don't know why, yeah. I'm like, this is the country I live in. Hi, is Bill Beall in?
Who?
Bill Beall?
I'm sorry, you must have the wrong number.
Here we are. Evil. First stop. All right, let's go head up the town. It's a shame that there aren't people here because I would love.
I think we're gonna run into one.
Okay.
I really
I'm curious what people here. What do they do? I just love that they consider this a town.
What do you mean? Of course they consider it.
This is like,
Like, this is hometown America.
oh my god.
Wow, look, there's an American flag in like every single yard.
Oh my god, there's no one in this town.
It's like,
Where
can you do that whistle?
I can't. Where the, oh, people.
You know who I really want to talk to? Well, I want to talk to just about anybody who wants to talk to us. See if we can talk to the
Waitress.
waitress.
So we'll just sort of introduce ourselves and tell us about
Exactly. You know.
the t-shirt.
The waitress says that she doesn't think that she's gonna have time. She
Okay.
has
No
those two
worries.
big tables.
That's
No worries.
fine.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks for trying.
I don't know why these people don't want to talk to us.
I don't know what we got rejected a couple times.
Several times.
One curious woman who was like, I'd never do that. Wait, what did you say? Oh, she said she didn't want to be in the movie.
I don't know. It was a frustrating day for a lot of different reasons. It's frustrating.
What city and state, please?
Arlington, Virginia.
What listing?
I'm looking for Bill Beall, B-E-A-L-L.
Sorry. What's that listing again?
Bill Beall, B-E-A-L-L.
Sorry. What's that listing again?
Bill Beall.
It's really fucking beautiful out here.
You know, we found this T-shirt at a vintage store in LA. You know, he's completely on the opposite side of the country. How did the T-shirt get there? I don't know, but you know, that T-shirt has probably been involved in a lot of different people's lives.
I have a question for you. We're doing a film as we travel across the country, and we wanted to know if you would be willing to answer a couple questions for us about your travels, what you're doing right now.
Oh, I think not.
Okay.
Are there any people waiting?
There's a few cars.
It hasn't been as easy for us to get interviews on camera as I think we'd initially thought it was going to be, and I think we need to be more aggressive with that. I think we had expectations.
That's fair.
That, you know, I mean, how are we supposed to have expectations of something that we have no idea about? So I think we're being a little too hard on ourselves.
Okay.
started off with us stalking Bill Beall, and now we're stalking innocent strangers at rest stops across the country.
What do you think of this guy?
Yeah, this is who we're gonna go
I
find.
don't know who that is.
We don't know who he is either. That's why
We're
we're kind of.
His name is Bill Beall. If you had to guess, where do you think he is and what is he doing now?
Where did you come from?
We came from Los Angeles, and
Oh, okay.
What did you want to do when you grew up? Like when you were little?
Oh, I wanted to be a nurse.
Okay, so you ended up in the same.
Well, I ended up in that field, but not as a clinical worker. Well, follow your dream. Make sure that I wish I had.
If you had to do it all over again?
You would.
I would go on to be a nurse, yeah.
So what is it that you do?
Just grandma and mother to like.
How much do I have to do
No,
with
that's-
grandma? That's a big job,
It's a
being
major job.
grandma. No, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a mother and have about 12 kids. Well, I had 5 of those kids. The rest of them are grandchildren. I really had no big aspirations back then. We were raised to have children.
You guys, what do you want to do when you grow up?
Do the same thing as my dad.
What is that to?
Works for cable.
Cool.
You don't know what you want to do yet?
I want to be a carpenter.
A carpenter.
The reason why we're looking for him is we wanted to find him and ask him. Okay,
After 30 years,
are you
you're
still playing? Is this what makes you happy? Are you still doing it? Are you doing something else? What's
That
the
is
story?
way
And
cool.
along the way, we want to talk to other people and find out what makes them happy.
So what makes you happy?
Me. What makes me happy is what I'm doing right now. You know, and as long as my children are happy, I mean, it just sounds cliche. I'm happy.
It doesn't sound cliche.
Rest stop strategy seems to be working.
That's what I'm feeling. How'd you get into driving, like transporting?
Got lazy. Don't have to work.
What did you want to do?
Note to self.
Right. All right. So, any advice for us following our dream?
Just look the country over because you don't get a chance to do it. And there's a lot of different country, even in this 500 miles.
Yeah.
Different country, different people.
And out of everything you've done, what's been your favorite?
Farming.
Farming.
Yeah. I'm a farmer by blood.
I was just thinking to myself, God, cows have got such a weird life. All they do is like stand still and eat all day long. And as I'm going for more carrots,
And as we've been sitting in a car for 10 hours a day.
I'm like this.
What's the dream? Where do you guys want to be like 10 years from now?
I'm into cars. My dream car is the SL 500. Maybe I'll make enough money to drive that car and.
And you're still in school?
No, I just graduated it's like a month ago. It's not.
What'd you get your degree in?
Computer information system.
And is that what you have always wanted to do?
Actually, no. That's what my mother wanted me to do, but yeah, I wanted to be something else.
What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Music.
Is it a hard struggle between what you want to do and what your parents want you to do?
No, actually, I just chose to be, what they wanted to.
I'm looking for a Bill Beall, a William Beall. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
All right, we just arrived in Kansas.
Salina.
Salina, Kansas.
Not Selena, Salina.
And it's crazy rain out here.
I've lived here my whole life, actually.
How many people are in Salina?
Like probably 18,000. I work here at the Best Western Mid-America, and this is like my 6th job, I think. I actually want to go to New York to go to the CIA and be a culinary institute, graduate from there, and be a pastry chef. That is my dream in life. My parents were like, don't go, don't go. I'm like, nope. Actually, I've wanted to do that ever since I was in the 2nd grade.
Oh, wow.
So.
And as the thought of not doing that ever crossed your mind, or have you just said you were going to do it and that's it?
It crossed my mind when I was a senior in high school. Maybe I wanted to do a desk job. Went to Votech here in Salina, did it until I graduated in high school, and then I was like, no, got to do something I'm passionate about. So just you get to work with your hands, get to make beautiful things that get destroyed, I guess.
So this is our tradition in hotel rooms because
I
have a slight phobia of comforters in hotels. So it's my job to maintain sanity. And the way that I do that,
He's been well trained already.
because Miss Leeron won't go anywhere near the bed or sit on it or touch it. I can't
Don't
even bring it
even,
near.
don't
her.
even, Christopher.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Not funny.
It's not even like I can't even joke with her about it. Just look at her right now.
I'm not, because I don't know how I feel about this. I know everyone's gonna think I'm crazy. Will you take that other blanket off?
I will take the other
Thank
blanket
you.
off too. Now see, sometimes I do this depending on what the hotel we're staying in. But with Leeron's, I have to take it and then I have to put it out of sight.
No, it doesn't have to be out of sight. It just has to be somewhere where I don't touch it.
I actually live in a little town called Milan, Kansas. I'm retired from Boeing. I'm a tool and die maker. It's a perfect combination for me because you got to use your head and you got to use your hands.
Excellent. Well, this T-shirt is 30 years old. What do you think he's probably doing now?
Well, if he had that made up, he's still involved in music.
You think?
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
We hope so too.
I'll guarantee it.
I think he's probably retired. I think the shirt's old enough that he probably, I don't know, do you retire from lounge singing?
I hope he's in some little dive bar, singing his little heart out.
We're both into logistics. We deal with trucks and trains moving freight from one part of the country to another part of the country, so.
I'll be honest with you, I was in a job that for about 5 years that got pretty miserable, to be honest with you. And it was her and my friends and my family that kind of got me through that. And I thought to myself, you know, I got a job that I don't like, but I've got great family, I've got great friends, I've got other things that make me happy. But recently I was fortunate enough to find a job that I love. It makes all the difference in the world.
Any side roads that you end up along aren't mistakes, aren't bad turns. They're just another opportunity. And you just never know what you're going to find at the end of that road, because it could end up being one of the best things you find.
I definitely consider myself to be a pessimist, and it's something that I'm working very hard on to not be.
And I definitely consider myself an optimist.
I do want to be that person that wakes up in the morning and says, wow, I'm driving cross country. This is an amazing adventure. This is a great opportunity. I'm fortunate enough to do something that I love and not be stuck somewhere doing something that I don't love just to like make ends meet right now.
Right. While we are both very, very fortunate, I won't ever take that away. Like, we've been blessed in a lot of respects. We also made it happen.
I am a project accountant for an engineering company. I'm a social worker in the high school.
Wow. And I'm early retirement.
Cool.
Excellent.
I was a home remodeler for 30 years.
So you've always been into creative?
Yes, very artistic, yeah. I'm still looking for what I'm going to do the rest of my life, what I'm going to do when I grow up. I have no idea.
Right?
I'm still searching.
Is that frustrating for you?
Yeah. But I mean, I am. I'm 55, almost 55, and I wonder what I'm going to do when I grow up.
I don't think that I'm gonna freak when I turn 30. Like I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think 20s for me has been very much what 20s are supposed to be. Like, you know, it's been crazy and I've lived in so many different places, but I think very large reason why I'm not gonna freak so much when I turn 30 is because of this.
That's what I think about, like, freaking out about age is freak out, or I would freak out because I wouldn't be where I thought I would be, and I would feel like I have failed at that, you know?
Right.
So, will I freak out when I'm 30? But it depends on if I'm sort of happy with the progress that I've made and the things that I've done.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Bill Beall.
Yep.
Hi, you don't happen to be the Bill Beall that used to live in Virginia and perform at Pistones, are you?
No.
No, you're not?
it's
All right,
Paul.
well, thank you so much. Sorry for your time.
Mhm.
I feel like by the time we get him on the phone, I'm going to be so frustrated and angry. I'm going to take it out all on him.
What do you think they're talking about? I do this all the time.
It doesn't actually look like they're talking.
Well, I'm hoping that they're like negotiating terms of. They're
Solve the
negotiating.
Middle East crisis?
Right. I am hoping that they're discussing the Middle East crisis because, for as slow as they're going, they need to be having a really in-depth conversation. We decided that we wanted to figure out who this Bill Beall is.
Never heard of him. I'm sorry. Can't help you there.
That's all right.
We're wondering
It's a 70s haircut.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So we're wondering, what do you think he's doing now?
Are you serious? Do you know what he's doing?
We don't know exactly what he's doing.
Well, actually, I hope he's in good health.
What do you think you're going to do in your retirement? Like, what are you looking forward to?
Staying busy. I mean, really doing a lot of things, not sitting around.
We're also trying to pursue our passion and be happy. So what advice would you give to us?
Go for it every day and stay active, stay sober, stay away from funny cigarettes.
Right now I'm working in a factory, like a supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah. We rebuild auto parts.
Okay.
Okay.
The parts for the car and trucks, you know.
Nice.
So I've been working for them for 14 years.
Do you like it?
Actually, it's okay, but you know, I want to find something else more better. But I have family here, family in Vietnam, so I need to find a job right away, you know, for me to live and to have my family. So if I have an opportunity, I will come back to school.
Would you? And you'd study engineering, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. But you know, when I'm a young boy, I love to be a pilot.
A pilot?
But that's too far. I don't think I can, you know.
You said it's never too late. You can still do that.
Never too late in this country. I have a lot of opportunity for everybody. If you know you wish to go back to school and to do something different. In here, they have a big door to open for you. In Vietnam, you don't have much. You know, it's a lot opportunity.
That was one of my favorite interviews, I think, so far.
I like that guy, yeah. Excuse me. Charming.
My full-time job is I do sales for work, technical sales. So they pay me to ride the motorcycle all over the country.
Now, when you were a kid, what was your dream?
Martial arts instructor.
Really?
And did you do martial arts as a kid?
Yeah, I taught for about 10 years.
Cool. And what made you stop?
Money. To me, it's an art. It's not a gym, and that's what it's turned into. You know, sign the contract and let me take your money. That's not what it's really about. It's about teaching kids.
Clearly, your Harley is a big passion for you.
Motorcycling and music.
When did you start riding?
When I was a kid, in the dirt, probably around 10 years old.
And what is it about it that you love?
If you have to explain it, you won't get it. There's a difference between riding in a car and watching it go by, and smelling it and tasting it when you're riding through it. That's the difference.
I have seen Leeron Reiter every day for 9 weeks.
Well, I want to be a sports agent, maybe, because it's really fun. Because you get to like help people with their problems, and then you
Get 10% of everything.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
make.
that's another thing. I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And what about you? What did you want to do when you were little?
I wanted to be an astronaut. And then when I got above 5'10" and realized I couldn't be an astronaut any longer, I wanted to be a baseball player. And then gave up on all that, wanted to be a journalist. Then I had children and needed to pay tuition, so I'm a lawyer. Being a lawyer is okay. It's as long as you get to, row.
That's your passion in life?
Rowing is my passion, and my son, and my
Yeah.
daughter, and my other daughter.
Right.
And my wife.
So you found that shirt? Where did you find it?
I found it at a thrift store in LA.
So it was just like a random shirt?
Yeah, like in LA, we've got a lot of like thrift stores.
So
people go and buy used
how
clothes.
did you get the idea to...
We kind of wanted to know, is this guy still like doing his thing? Is he still playing music? Was that his dream when he was when he was our age? And has that changed? You know?
Once you take on music, it's hard to like let go of it. So it's sort of, I play the piano. I don't play the piano, like I don't take lessons, but my dad plays piano, and so he sort of teaches me, and it's like sort of an addiction. Can I give you a little advice?
Yes, please.
Whatever you do, don't let go of the project. If like, let's say he forgets, like he says, oh, well, I don't want to get it authorized or whatever, just don't let him stop you.
Yeah, that kid was like 13 going on 30.
I know.
I don't know. I think what's kind of interesting is like I see all these people that are, you know, like in their 40s and even older, and they all are like, I'm envious of what you're doing.
Right.
You know? I think that's been a really common response from a lot of people, and I think it's great to hear in this position, but it's also like scary. Do you know what I'm saying? Like where when I'm 40, am I going to be, am I going to feel that way at 45?
Well, I think if
like,
you're doing something that fulfills you, then you don't think like that.
well, it looks like a cool place. I think it seems like it would have been
I'd come and grab a drink, beer.
a fun place.
And apparently Bill performed here about 4 years ago at this very spot. So Bill was here.
Bill was here.
Bill Beall is he's a cool guy.
Was he a good performer?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He used to bring a good crowd. It's a shame because he stopped playing because he moved away. Occasionally they get together and they do kind of like of a jam session. So that's the last time I saw him. Yeah. I will never work for a big corporation because big corporation they have their own rules. They don't allow you to expand, to be creative. They have a menu. Only thing they worry about is making money. So basically, you get to know how to do the dish. You know, when you make a dish, you get to know how to do it, but you don't understand why. Why do you put garlic with olive oil? Why do you have to use a certain ingredient? Most of the people, I believe, you know, in their jobs, they just do it because they gotta pay rent. So when you get up in the morning, you go to work because you have to pay rent, you have a miserable day. When I get up in the morning, I want to come here. I want to cook. Let me see what kind of special I can do today.
There's a piano in the corner where Marty Fahey pounds out a melody while Ann 8 sings Hey Baby, resplendent in her shimmering chocolate-covered velvet jumpsuit. 8 explains she's been coming to sing at Pistone since 1992. Came in one night with my friend and Bill Beall was playing piano. My friend told him I was a singer.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking for Ann 8.
this is Ann.
Well, Bill was very liberal with his mic. I've been to some places where the performer does more of the singing than anybody else. But Bill encouraged everybody to sing. And I think he probably asked, you know, if anybody else had a song or something, and my friend says, Ann sings, so that's how I got started singing there. Sometimes I was there 2 or 3 nights a week. I started singing in church when I was about 4. I loved to play the piano. I used to practice for hours and hours and hours. I felt like my life was just destined to work with music and with people. I think music, I know there have been times in my life when I've gone through some pretty rough trials, and just to sit down at the piano and sing and play, just everything went away, you know, because I think happiness comes from within you. And I learned at a very early age that people can contribute to my happiness, but no one can make me happy.
How do you define success in your life? What do you measure it by?
Some people feel like that if you don't accomplish some great achievement in life, you're not successful. But to me, success is being happy with yourself, being at peace with others, and not living a life of regrets. Follow your dream, and if you achieve that dream, is don't let your success or your achievement change you. You control the job or the profession you're in. Don't let it control you and dictate to you things that will cause you to be different than you are. Because you can do whatever you want and still keep your integrity and be the same person that you started out to be. And to me, that's success. I love all those many charms about you, and above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to mama, my sweet embrace.
Okay, so we just got back from Ann 8, and the interview was amazing, but we were kind of bummed out because she had nothing for us. Like, she didn't have Bill's phone number, nothing. So we came back here and we just checked our MySpace account, because when we started this, we actually we made a MySpace hoping that it would help us find Bill, and I just got an email from a guy who apparently is Bill Beall's son.
Dear God, I hope this leads us to Bill, because it's been a long time.
It's not an especially close family, and that's the difference between my mom's family and his. See, we're close. I mean, we hug his whatever. Blah. I mean, I hug my friends, whatever. That's just how we are. And I'm sure they weren't like that at all. I hadn't seen him for about 5 or 6 years, and then I decided to go down to South Carolina and start talking to him again. From 4 on, I didn't see him because he was playing music. I mean, that's what he did. He worked and he played music, and he did it every night. The hardest thing is doing what you want to do and trying to do it where it's not to the detriment of others. I'm sure a lot of people are saying Bill's great and he's wonderful, which he is, and he's personable, and he's a really good person. Everybody likes him who meets him. But everybody's human, and they have different sides to their character. I don't know, it's just mixed emotions. I think it's great what he's done. I mean, no matter what, he's always done what he's always going to get up and play. No matter what. I mean, like a great punk rock aesthetic for it. I mean, there was a time he fell off a roof at one point and he broke both his wrists, and and that night, in Cass, he was playing. So you're not going to stop him.
You say that you also do music. What do you do? Are you a singer?
A singer-songwriter, I guess. Yeah, it's something that I love to do, but it's also, it's like, any other art. It's, I didn't choose it, it chose me. So I've been trying not to do it for, a long time.
What do you think about all this? I mean, the shirt, this whole documentary on your dad. What do you think about that?
I've had a mixed relationship with him, just an odd relationship with him for a long time, and it's kind of like, somebody giving you a trophy for being an asshole.
When we actually meet him, do you think we're going to stop referring to the t-shirt as Bill?
No.
I'm wearing Bill today, I think it'll be weird, once he's actually a person to us.
It's like abnormally bright out. What's that, huh?
Sorry? I'm sorry, I don't speak yawn.
It's abnormally bright out today.
And he gave me your phone number, and we're trying to get in touch with your son, Bill, and he said that you would have a phone number for us?
I have, but he's moved since I talked to him. He calls me.
So you don't have a number for him?
I don't have the new number yet, no.
Hi, is this Miss Bell?
Just about 3 years ago, when they had a party, I did most of the dancing and could kick over my head.
That was 2 years ago?
Then they're good days. Them were the days.
When you were 93?
90. I wasn't supposed to have children. I had major surgery, and I was not supposed to have any children. So I called and I said, Frank, I'm pregnant. He said, well, good, come in about 3 months. 3 months later, he said, Frank, he says, my God, you're good and pregnant. I was a blimp. They wheeled me out on the gurney, and I said, what did I have? Here's a nurse here. 2 babies, 2 boys, perfect health, but the nurses didn't like them, said they were crying all the time because you couldn't fill them. They were rascals. They were different. Sometimes I spanked the wrong twin. Their grandfather taught music, Papa Bell, and my husband, Jerome Bell, taught music. When Bi and Bill were 6 years old, we had a little toy piano. So they've been in music. They've been more or less in music all their life. They've loved music. I can't sing a note. I can't play a note, but I'm the audience. I sang in church, and the minister told me not to sing so loud. I can make fun of myself. Right now, I'm not really happy because I'm lonely. I'm alone.
I wonder if he's going to want to know stuff about us.
I'm sure he will.
What else do we want from Bill?
Meaning of life.
Yeah.
Can we drive him to Virginia for a show? I just want to get him to perform somewhere.
Yeah, we will.
We will.
I mean,
Okay. Hi, is this Byron? Hey, Byron, it's Leeron and Christopher. How are you? I'm good. I think we're outside your door, unless I have the wrong...
oh, there we go. Hi.
Where are you parked?
We're parked right over here.
Oh, you can't do that.
Okay,
I want you to block my car.
Okay.
Is it Beal or Bell?
Bell.
This is a
Well, my twin brother pronounces it Beal. I pronounce it Bell. But he was in the military. I wasn't. I think they probably called it Beal there, so he just stuck with that.
How do your parents say it?
Bell. I started playing professionally when I was 15 because I was working the flower show at the National Guard Armory. We used to pull pranks down there, the kids do. And at one time I was working at Holiday Inn in Crystal City, and he was working at Howard Johnson's. His shift was from 5 to 9. And he used to tell his audience over there, he says, well, look, he said, I'm over at Holiday Inn from 9 o'clock until 2. Come across the street and I'll play the organ for you for a while. And he used to send him over, he'd come over too. We used to work together in tandem, which drove my mother nuts. I took the family over there one night to listen to him, and I was surprised. I said, this guy, he's really great. So my mother says, yes, but the trouble is he knows it. I did it because I was making the money. He does it because he loves it. There's a different thing in that. It's not really unlike Liberace. Liberace was not a great musician, but a heck of a showman. And that's the way Bill operates. My brother and I had one standard trademark. We didn't play anything except requests. And I finally, after 25 years of doing it, I said, I would rather just play the stuff I want to play. I got out of the business of doing it as a profession because I wanted to enjoy it for myself.
What would Byron Bell today tell Byron Bell at 25? What would you want to say to yourself at 25? If you
That you're a dope. You're an idiot. We were show-offs. We were hams. The world did revolve around us. I think I was a jerk at that age. I think a lot of people are, I might add, at that age. But I think you have to go through that to mature. You can't go from 18 years old and all of a sudden you're a mature person. This is not possible. And if it was possible, you would be weird. The only way you learn a lesson and you learn it well is if you grow up and you go through it. So if you do what you like to do, you'll never work a day in your life. You can live the rest of your life in misery. That means you work 8 hours and it seems like 20. To please mommy and daddy, but mommy and daddy are not going to be there.
How do you define success?
Successful is when you can go to bed at night and say your prayers and lay down and go to sleep with no burdens on your mind. It doesn't mean you didn't make any mistakes, but it simply means you didn't make them on purpose.
The perfect ending to this journey would be meeting Bill and having him just be this guy who sort of lived life and has stories and wisdoms, you know, and isms to share.
I want to meet him, and I want to know him. I want to sit in an audience and hear him play. You know, I want to, that's what, ideally, I want that experience. It's a big day.
Bill's phone number.
Hi, I'm looking for Bill Beall.
Oh my God, we just spoke to Bill Beall. I can't believe it. One of those things that I really wanted was like, you know, and I think I talked about, was how we are all connected and you don't know the impact.
I'm just inside, like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I want to jump, I want to cry, I want to run around, I don't know. Like, I can't believe that we just... I don't know, it's really weird because, like, this whole thing for me was about finding meaning in my life. And, like, I never even thought about how much meaning it was going to bring to his life.
Well, back then, there wasn't that many people that had T-shirts for their bands or groups or whatever. One of the places that I worked, and I worked for them, and the crowds got so big, they thought they wanted to advertise. So they said, I know what we're going to do. We're going to have T-shirts. Every Friday, everybody that wears a T-shirt has drinks half price.
You see a sea of people in yellow T-shirts.
Bill
Beall T-shirt.
Yellow Ocean. Bill Beall in the entertainment business basically is an individual with an ideal of loving people, loving music, and having the sheer joy of putting both of those things together. My biggest musical influence on me was Elvis Presley. And I love rock and roll and boogie woogie and all that stuff. And I came home and I jazzed up Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. my father is a professor in classical music, and he went off. He looked at me and he said, I will never in my life give you another lesson on piano. You will never amount to anything in music. Your total disrespect of everything I've taught you has told me I'm wasting my time. Presley came out shortly after that with Blue Suede Shoes and a few other things that some other entertainers had done. And I admired Presley so much because of the fact not only rock and roll, but he had charisma with the audience. It showed me one thing: don't ever sing a song you don't believe in. When I was in Vietnam, my brother played. He was an excellent piano player. He used to write me when I was in Vietnam, and he was telling me about these tuxedos he wears and the fancy ruffled shirts and all. That sounded pretty good because I was looking at a mud hole where I was, you know. So I came back. He dared me one weekend to come over there and play the guitar in his club. Well, being the introvert that I was, I said okay because of the dare, but I got in a real dark corner in the back. It was a trio, and it wasn't very difficult for me to get off the side of the stage where nobody could see me. Nervous and scared as I was, I figured I was safe because it was a dark hole to stay in while I did all this. And this went on, I guess, for about 6 months, and then we were doing Sunday matinee shows, just the two of us at the hotel. And I guess it grew because I loved it so much that it became a priority. When I started in a lot of these places, I would say, well, I'll work the first week for free, but if I'm good first night on and you like me, you will pay from the first day on. A lot of entertainers won't do that. I'll say, I am good, I want to work here, and I'm not working for free because I'm good. You got to give up something to get something. And it took quite a few years to do it, a lot of perseverance, a lot of hurt feelings on my part, because in starting, you take everything anyone criticizes you for to heart. It becomes an emotional downer. The true entertainer that wants to be an entertainer has to get by that, get over it, and go on. This is where I work. I've got a Yamaha piano here, and I've got a Hammond organ here. A Hammond organ I practice on once in a while for fun. The piano I work on to learn new material. If you keep a piano in your vehicle and sound equipment at all times, then you never miss a chance or an opportunity to have a little fun. Piano on this side, keyboard on this side, and of course my seat. You have to have a seat, you know.
Right.
When I am just Bill Beall, I don't want to go near a microphone or be on stage. When I am psyched up Bill Beall, now appearing, that is a different individual that can go on and withstand any remarks or comments made. I need the separation of actor and myself. I have a favorite teddy bear who I sleep with in the bedroom, and I know I'm not ashamed at my age to tell you this now, but that teddy bear has gotten me along because what he does is he makes wild comments about my wife when she yells at me, and it keeps me sustained. He's on my side all the time. Whatever I say is right. Everybody needs a bear like that. I was married, had 2 children. I was 19 and she was 17. Well, that ended, and the marriage ended. And while it ended and I wasn't married, that's when I went to the only security blanket I knew and loved. My music sustained me through the depressionary years. And then when I met Angie, she was 17.
So I was staying at this hotel and I was hungry, and I went down to look for a restaurant. Well, they didn't have a restaurant, but I heard the piano music, so I peeped my head around, and I had so much fun. I fell in love with the piano player behind, blonde hair, blue-eyed piano player behind the bar. 6 months later, I was moving myself, 3 kids, and 98 animals from California to Virginia.
My wife had a little bit of a problem getting used to the fact that I was everyday person like everybody else.
I only knew Bill Beall, the entertainer. I didn't know the other Bill, you know, the man who came home from Giant. He worked for Giant Foods, and he ran the seafood department, and when he came home, he smelled like fish.
All of a sudden, you're not this glamorous guy on stage dressed in all these fancy clothes with a microphone, everybody cheering for you. You're just a regular guy. Oh, yeah, my wife complained about, you're never here. I did not want to quit doing my shows 6 nights a week. But I was driving down the road one day with my daughter, and she said, Dad, we love you, and you're never home. We need you. And that pretty much turned my way of thinking in it. And I'm thinking when she said that, this came out of her mouth, not something her mother said to say. So I went in and gave 30 days notice the next day. In a selfish way, it was a sacrifice. Am I bitter over it? No. I would rather not work 6 nights and have my wife and my children than having 6 nights and no one home.
Do you miss it, or are you done with that part of your life?
I feel very, very sad that I'm not there any longer. I call this a little piece of heaven because it's way out in the rural area, and it's away from everything else, and it's peaceful, you know. Well, somewhat peaceful. We're a dysfunctional family, of course. My son was living with me for a while. He has the bug on entertaining, and he's very, very good. I'm very proud of him, and we've been getting closer and closer for the last 2 years. There was a time span there where we didn't have any communication. Even the bad times sometimes aren't bad things because you learn from it. Last summer, I had a stroke of bad luck. I was riding my horse of 7 years.
He was
He
an
threw me
Appaloosa.
and cracked my ankle in half. That normally takes 6 weeks to heal. My second week into that, I lost vision in my right eye. I went totally blind in that and had to go in for emergency surgery. So I'm blind for 3 weeks there. A week into that, I lost the vision in my left eye, which I have light in today but still can't see out of. And through the course of this, it put me out of playing and out of working for 3 months. That was a year I never want to relive as long as I live. Because I've never even as much as had a head cold keep me from work, and then all of a sudden, I'm not only blind, but I'm walking on one leg in crutches. Yeah, how bad can it be? My day job, I'm a department manager for Walmart supermarkets. Walmart's one of the main stores throughout the world that will hire anybody, and if they do their job, they've got a good, secure job. Friday, we have a grand opening at the Walmart in Camden, and ceremonies start at 8 o'clock. There on 10 o'clock, I'm having what they call a chicken dance. That's another thing about Walmart. They'll let you do anything you want to do, creative. I love being on stage, and I love Walmart dearly. Tonight, I'll go to sleep with you. I'm really glad you all decided to stay for dinner, to tell you the truth.
Well, how are we going to get to know the real Bill if we just came for an hour?
Well, how does anybody get to know the real anybody?
Exactly.
We're at Walmart.
In South Carolina.
We woke up at the crack of dawn to come see Mr. Beall speak, and then
he's doing the chicken dance.
And then later, he's doing the chicken dance.
Yeah, I did the chicken dance at Walmart.
I sent a text out to, I think, like, I don't know if it was my sister or Katie, and I'm like, it's 9 a.m. I'm in South Carolina doing the chicken dance at Walmart. All right. Let's go see Bill perform.
I know, right?
All right, here we go.
And the way lives go, I'm thinking, well, interviewed, I don't have any answers for any questions because I haven't lived a very different life than most people, but thanks to you all making me think back on my life and looking back on the past and all, I guess I have lived a different life than most people. You can't, if you're dedicated, it's inside you, cannot stop doing it. If you want to do it, you're going to do it. If you just concentrate more on what you love, success to me is not money. That's the end of the means. Success is getting there.
I would just like to thank everyone for being here today and coming. I was thinking, you know, it probably was about 2 or 3 years that I was at the world famous Italian Inn, and I was in it about 5 or 6 years, hadn't it? And to come back to all my friends and see y'all and have a good time partying and singing and everything, I would just like to say, back to tradition, welcome to my living room. Big hand for Mr. Bob Southey on the drums, Mr. Phil Trennis on bass guitar. So I'm going to start out with, this is a theme from Ice Castles dedicated to my beautiful wife. So I'll start with that.
failure a person can't overcome is one that fails and decides he's a failure and stays there. You can lose money, you can lose homes, you can lose everything else. One thing no one can take away from you is your integrity but yourself.
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to sit here and tell you I've had integrity all my life, because I haven't. I believe in one thing: integrity is the only thing you'll ever have. You may have money, you may not have money, but integrity is the only thing that you personally can control with concise precision.
Your friends come in and sing and join you, and rather than being a star, such as a piano player, entertainer, you become one with the people, where we're all stars.
So I want to sing this song and dedicate it with all my heart and soul to Miss Betty Boop.
And I truly didn't appreciate the wonderful life I've had till I stopped to think about it. More people should stop, smell the roses, and look at their lives, what they've done, where they're going, where they are.
Now you finally got this all right. Big hand for Miss Betty Boop, our stage. Miss Ann A. Come on up here, Ann.
I think I'm dreaming. Isn't this fantastic? Awesome. Just like old times. Rock, rock, rock.
It's been an amazing experience for me. And I've realized how many people I've met in my life, how many people have touched me, and hopefully I've touched them. And that's a remarkable feeling to have right there.
I've enjoyed more of my life than most people will. I had total control over every decision I've made and every move I've done in my life. Some decisions may not have been very good, but I always made my own. If I had to live my life over again, would I do it? Yes, I would. Down to everything, and with no regrets.
After everything that we've learned and after speaking to all of these people and listening to them talk, I have absolutely no regrets. And I don't think that you can, because you don't learn anything if you don't experience mistakes.
In the weirdest way, I feel somewhat liberated having gone through all this. In a way that I feel like I'm not really that afraid of taking like whatever next steps I'll need to take in my life. So what I learned from Bill, from this experience, is that I set out to answer a question that has no answer. You sort of just have to do what makes you happy and allow other things to fall into place.
It's just not an option for me not to try to follow my dreams and be happy. What I learned specifically from Bill, don't settle.
Find that dream you're looking for. Go through the hardships and know there's a future up ahead, and don't waste 1 minute of your life thinking about it. Do it. Don't waste time putting things off. Don't be stupid. Stupidity is putting things off. There will never be peace on earth. You'll never have all the money in the world you want. Live life and enjoy every day. When you go outside, talk to anybody you see, say hello to them. These people are your brothers and your sisters. I admire anybody that follows their dreams, because even if you don't, life is not easy. You're going to get bumps and you're going to get bruised. Now, if you're going to get bumped and bruised anyway, for Pete's sake, it might as well be on something that you want.
From the bottom of my heart, good night and God bless.
here we are.
Where we found Bill and Bill was purchased, and I guess this is kind of like square one for us because this is how it all started.
So now that it's kind of finishing up, we just thought that it would be fitting if we made our own Bill
And put it back into the universe to sort of see what happens.